I love Panic at the Disco. Their national debut CD, A Fever You Can't Sweat Out, is one of the most incredible pieces of art ever to be created. You could compare it to Mona Lisa, even though Mona Lisa is a painting in its music. It's almost like the same thing because it's so good. Like when that was painted and that CD was created, it was basically like the same thing because they're both that good. I love this band. My favorite thing about this band is their music. It's real good. And I love that lead singer. He has charisma. His name is, what is his name? Brendan Urie. He's real great. He has this song about this thing, and, what was that one called? But It's Better If You Do. That also had a video. Oh man, that video will change your life. If you haven't seen that video, I highly suggest heading over to youtube.com and looking that up. It's real good. And they also have this song called I Write Sins Not Tragedies. I'm pretty sure that was on the top 40 Billboard for quite a while. It's one of my favorite songs ever. It's up there with like some Trent Reznor stuff. Speaking of Trent Reznor, I love that guy. Have I ever, like, I was watching this video with Trent Reznor in, you know, like an interview with a guy, and Trent Reznor said that one of his favorite new and up-and-coming bands is Panic at the Disco. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if Trent Reznor says it's good, you basically have a shoe-in. I mean, what else can I say? Trent Reznor is one of the coolest people I've ever seen in my life. He's in 9 Inch Nails. And he was saying that they wanted to do this 9 Inch Nails Panic at the Disco split EP. I think that'd be pretty cool. And I've heard that from other bands. Like, I mean, I know a lot of bands really respect what they're doing now. They're all into a lot of charitable organizations, and they're right now they're on this Virginity Rocks campaign. It strikes me as odd since one of their videos takes place in a strip club. But I mean, hey, I think it's pretty cool. And like, if you get out like the Under Oath lyric book in their thank yous, the first band there, no, it's not My Chemical Romance or something else dumb like that. It's Panic at the Disco. And you know why there's an exclamation point after Panic? Because exclamation points mean it's really good. And it basically means they're real good. Like this song coming up, I Write Sins Not Tragedies, is pretty much one of the best things I've ever seen. If you watch it, like the video, that was, I mean, when I first saw this video, I was walking through Target. You know, I'm thinking, maybe I'm going to buy a new Slinky. I love Slinkies. Or a sock, or a guitar, or something dumb like that. I look up, and I see I Write Sins Not Tragedies. Bam. Walked up to Target, bought my Panic at the Disco CD. Only $9.99. On sale. Oh man, that thing came out on Fueled by Raymond, and it's one of the best things ever. Now, there's controversy that they sound like Fall Out Boy or something. I don't buy into that garbage, because Fall Out Boy is putting out this generic crap. They have that song about dancing and something about it's not a scene or something or whatever. No, I don't buy into that. No, Panic at the Disco is much better. Like, Fall Out Boy's doing this whole generic thing. Panic at the Disco's got this ingenuitive sound to him. Like, Brendan Urie, he can play anything. Like, if you gave Brendan Urie a dresser, he could make music out of it. He would build the instrument with a hammer, a big hammer, and he would pound it. He'd pound it into an instrument, and he'd play it, and he'd sell more records than Fall Out Boy. And Ryan Ross, man, can that guy shred. Some of his guitar work reminds me of like Ted, or what's that guy's name? I don't know his name, but he reminds me of this other guy too, Frank Sinatra. That old folky guy, you know. He reminds me of Barry Manilow too, or Marvin Gaye, or any of that good stuff, or Family Force 5, Chapstick. Like, you can compare it to that. And when Ryan Ross comes on stage, he stretches by doing like this back bend thing, and he can actually lick his shoe when he's standing, by bending over his back. Now, I don't know, can you do that? Because I can't. And also, their drummer, Spencer Smith. He's one of the best people I've seen. Like, most drummers, you know, like Mastodon, you just see him keeping a beat, you know? You see Spencer Smith, he's not only is he keeping a beat, he's doing this crazy, I don't know what they call it, a drum fill, and he's like, and you just don't see that anywhere else. And Panic at the Disco is probably my favorite band right now. That CD, A Fever You Can't Sweat Out, has not left my CD player for 3 months. Even though it's been out longer than that, I was listening to that new Flaming Lips album, but... And they curse like sailors. What's better than that? I mean, come on. If you don't curse, your music can't be good. That's obvious. I mean, just look at Pillar. And they curse all the time. I'm surprised this isn't... See, what's good is it's not parental advisory, so you can still buy it, and you can listen and be happy. But you get all that satisfactory of hearing them curse, and it's one of the greatest sensations. You pop it in your CD player, you're feeling bad. You're feeling bad. Man, I'm going to go out and spray paint some crap. No, but it's not even parental advisory, so you can sneak that sucker. It's one of the best feelings. It's kind of like when I graffitied my first wall. I wrote my name, and I wrote Loves Panic at the Disco. So it said, Jim Loves Panic at the Disco, except it didn't because my name is Josh. So it actually said, Josh Loves Panic at the Disco. Because I love Panic at the Disco, and so I wrote it on the wall. And they also inspired me to start playing guitar. I heard that intro to I Write Sins Not Tragedies. It was something like this, dun, 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 but it was a lot slower. It was more like dun, 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 dun. And I heard that, I was like, I've never heard any guitar part like that in my life. So I busted out my new guitar that I bought, and the first tab I looked up on ultimateguitar.com was I Write Sins Not Tragedies. And I can proudly say that I can play that song now. And also, they inspired me to join the marching band. You can hear in this song, they say, strike up the band. Strike up the band. And it just inspired me. So the first thing I did, headed out, signed up for the marching band, picked up a trumpet, went do-do-do-do-do-do, and just, I've been playing ever since. I was asked to be the quarterback on the football team. But no. I don't buy into that. This reminds me of a story. So I went to a 9 Inch Nails concert, and there's Trent Reznor on stage. And I'm like, hey, it's Trent Reznor from 9 Inch Nails, I love that guy. And he started talking about how he wants to do this tour with Panic at the Disco. And I'm like, what in the heck? No. 9 Inch Nails is crap. They could not get booked with Panic at the Disco. So then, after 9 Inch Nails plays, I thought they were opening up for, what's that band? Thoughts for Crush. No. Then, Panic at the Disco comes on stage, and I didn't even know they were booked. And I couldn't believe it. I actually passed out, and I had to go to the hospital. And then, once I got to the hospital, I was so mad because I missed the concert, but it was okay because my hospital room, they had MTV, and I turned on MTV, and the first video on is But It's Better If You Do. So, I was fine, because they had TiVo, too. So I just watched It's Better If You Do all day. And, I mean, I had to miss the concert, but my best friend, what's that kid's name? Anyway, he got the signature for me. Ryan Ross and all the, you know, Panic at the Disco and the Goonies. I got all their signatures. This reminds me that I was once a frog.